My name is Mike McGee. I've spent most of my life working with systems, looking at them from the inside. But over time, I began to see something deeper. We live in a world that moves very fast, faster than our nervous systems, faster than reflection, faster than the space between reaction and understanding. This channel isn't here to convince you. It isn't here to win arguments. It isn't here to sell you certainty. It's here for something quieter. It's here to look, not at the world first, but at how we're seeing it. For most of my life, I built systems, infrastructure, networks, architecture, things that had to be precise, things that had to work. And for a long time, I thought systems were technical objects, neutral, mechanical, separate from the people who built them. But systems aren't born in the wild. They don't emerge from nowhere. They come from minds. And over time, I began to see something I couldn't unsee. Every system mirrors the awareness of its creators, not just their intelligence, but their assumptions, their blind spots, their fears, their clarity, their patience, their pressure. If you want to understand a system, don't just study its outputs. Study the minds that made it. That realization didn't come all at once. I always knew systems reflected their builders, but it wasn't until I began reflecting more honestly that I saw the pattern clearly. Just like in a dream, every character is you, every voice, every threat, every hero, all emerging from one mind. Technology is no different. The system we build are dream characters of our collective awareness. And if they feel chaotic or manipulative or anxious, that's information. Not about the machine, about us. The mirror I'm talking about here is not flattering. It's not judgmental either. It doesn't tell you who you are. It shows you how you're seeing. There's a difference. Most media tells you what to think, what to believe, who to blame, what side to stand on. This space is slower. Here we watch the watching. We observe the conclusions forming. We notice how quickly certainty arrives. We ask, what happens if we wait just a little longer? When I say the mirror speaks, I don't mean the mirror gives you answers. I mean reflection itself becomes voice, not louder, clearer. In the rush to optimize everything, speed, productivity, engagement, growth, we've lost something simple, attention. Not attention as currency, attention as presence. Clear systems arise from clear awareness. Distorted systems arise from distorted awareness. That's not moral, it's structural. If you build from pressure, you encode pressure. If you build from fear, you encode fear. If you build from clarity, you encode clarity. The machine doesn't invent the pattern, it extends it. That's why this channel exists, not to criticize technology, not to romanticize it, but to ask deeper questions. What kind of minds are building the future? And before that, what kind of mind am I bringing into the room right now? Because if I'm rushed, my designs will be rushed. If I'm reactive, my systems will be reactive. If I'm seeking validation, my architecture will also seek validation. But if I'm steady, the system has a chance to be steady. You won't find hot takes here. You won't find rapid fire commentary. Sometimes you may not even find answers. What you will find is a slower seeing. And that won't be for everyone. If you're looking for immediate certainty, this may feel uncomfortable. If you're looking for arguments to win, this may not land. That's okay. Nothing is wrong if nothing resonates. That's information too. But if something in you relaxes here, if something slows, if something recognizes the difference between noise and signal, then you're in the right place. Because awareness isn't dramatic, it's quiet. It doesn't shout over the algorithm, it outlasts it. In future episodes, we'll explore design, artificial intelligence, awareness, empathy, precision, restraint. But before any of that, we establish posture. This space is where we do not rush to conclusion, where we examine the observer before we examine the object, where we remember that intelligence without awareness amplifies distortion, and intelligence with awareness becomes something else entirely. Not smarter, clearer. The mirror does not tell you who you are, it shows you how you are seeing. And once you can see that clearly, you can choose differently, not reactively, but deliberately. That's the work. Not optimization, but orientation. Thanks for listening. If you'd like to hear more, feel free to like and subscribe. I'm going to play something for you on the Charles Walter behind me. I tend to play in patterns, and the keyboard is really just a bunch of repeating shapes. Over time, I've gotten better, sometimes I make mistakes, at finding those patterns and coming back to them. This one I like to call black keys. It's all built on patterns from just hitting only the black keys. I hope you enjoy. Thank you.